My name is Eric Ginther.
Oh, I'm Amanda Ginther. And this is our Ginther Party of 8.
Story.
Yeah.
So I think it all initiated before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked about having kids and having family.
Yes.
But at that time, they had given you news.
That I couldn't have any children.
Yeah.
So that was a bummer.
So I think that's what really stuck it on the radar at first. And so we really began to explore adoption.
Yeah.
Kind of real surfacey.
Yeah.
And as we got looking into that and getting married and establishing ourselves as a family, we quickly found out that we could have kids. Yeah, I don't think the burden or the call ever left. It was just a thing that was kind of
Not yet.
building in us as we began to grow our family. And then it wasn't until we got to Houston and we kind of moved to the other side and bought a house and kind of got settled when there was this moment.
We were laying in bed one night and we're like, you know what? We should go to an information meeting. So we pulled up DFPS, website, and we started looking at local information meetings. We're like, okay, we have to make this happen. And so we just decided, okay.
Well, I remember I felt a little bit of pressure, like from me that was, hey, we need to go and do this. And I remember I think we put it off for several months.
We did.
And then finally it had got to a point where it was like, okay, we're either going to do this or we're not going to do
Right.
this.
But not doing it was not actually really a choice because
Yeah.
God called us to do it. So
Yeah.
not doing it would be completely disobedient.
But one of the things that really gave us the strength to go and just step out and do this was we had connected with people within our network that were already fostering, already adopted.
And they were our age.
And they were our age, and they made it look very normal. It wasn't a big, scary thing. And when you hung around them, it was just like hanging around with another family. And they were super encouraging to tell us to go and get involved. And they answered all our crazy questions.
Yeah. And I mean, just sitting down and sharing meals with them and hearing their stories and just seeing like, okay, they're our age. No one's a millionaire. Like, okay, this looks so doable. Like, I bet like they're doing it. We could do it too.
Man, in a lot of ways, it doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
It only makes sense in light of our calling, in light of eternity. That's a great way to look at it, I guess. I mean, just in light of what the gospel says to us, what the gospel is, it only makes sense there. It's not going to make sense on paper or logistically, financially. It doesn't make sense. And so I think, just for me personally, it just took the realization that I would much rather be living right in the middle of God's will, and not be surrounded by the things that my flesh desires, than to be living right in the middle of my own will and putting the things of God to the side. Because I've lived that life before, and I've seen what happens there. But I've also lived this life, and it's so much more abundant than what I can manufacture in and of myself.
Yeah.
Because I had dreams of doing specific things, a 5-year, or a 10-year, or a 20-year plan, and I think God just kind of looks at those things and acknowledges them, but at the same time says, I've got so much more for you. And for me, it was the realization that abundant life is not that image that I had in my head. It's so much bigger than that.